Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Wrestling Unlimited, as tonight was WWE Survivor Series. Now, the show was good. I will say that. I will say that it was a really good show. 2 really good War Games matches, 3 really good title matches. Well, 3 good title matches. I don't know if I can call all the title matches really good. Like, Shinsuke and LA Knight was pretty good. I wouldn't call it really good. The triple threat was hard hitting and let's beat the crap out of each other, and kind of the same thing with the World Heavyweight Championship match. But again, the 2 War Games matches were awesome. And before we get going, before I give you my thoughts, I want to read you a tweet from WrestleVotes, because he's actually got some very interesting insight. I'm going to pull this up on the screen. Because exactly what he says in this tweet is what I was thinking, and I'm like, okay, we got to just sit and wait. So as we pull this tweet up on the screen here, excuse me, he states, quote, "Tonight marked the, quote, unofficial start of the most important and unprecedented stretch in WWE history. Over the next 140 days, the return of Saturday night's main event, Raw's Netflix debut, a second Saturday night's main event on NBC, a dome-sized Royal Rumble, the Chamber at Sky Dome, and both nights of WrestleMania 41. So if Survivor Series felt somewhat underwhelming to you, it was likely by design." So what I'm taking from this is that Survivor Series was put out there to be a really good show to get people hyped up, but not a angle-heavy show, because that's coming soon, is what I take from this. Because I said the same thing once the show ended. A little underwhelming. As far as, like, we built nothing for the future. We don't know anything really coming out of this other than Rhea's probably going to get another shot at Liv. That's basically it. That's all we really know, because Rhea pinned Liv. Other than that, and I mean, cool, Nakamura won the title, the U.S. title, but it's like, other than that, what are we going to do? Another Finn, Damian Priest match? Maybe. They go triple threat route. Finn, Damian, and Gunther at Saturday night's main event for the World Championship? I don't know. But we didn't get much progression. Excuse me. Storyline build. And I get it. Survivor Series is one of the big ones where it's where things culminate, not where things continue from. Sometimes you can. War Games should have done that. They should have built stuff up with War Games, especially when they did like almost 6, 7, 8 minutes of post-match after that men's War Games match where they win. And then it's all, we got to help this guy up. We got to help this guy up. Punk's hugging these guys and Roman's looking at him. And then they do the handshake and this and that and so forth. And it's just like, oh, okay. What the hell? I thought something was coming, but it didn't. It didn't. But overall, really good show. I enjoyed everything. There was never a time where I go, man, this sucks. There was never a time where I go, yeah, can we get past this? There was never a time where I go, not liking this one. That's crappy. Oh, and a couple times in the Women's War Games match where there's a few botches, like Candice overshot a lion salt on Bayley, and then Naomi did a drop kick to Nia sitting in the corner with a chair in her face, and the chair was not in her face. It was about this far away from her, and Nia's holding the chair here. Naomi drop kicks it and almost misses the chair entirely anyways. And yeah, it's supposed to be one of them RVD drop kicks in the corner. That didn't go over too well. But other than that, not really much that I can complain about on the show. That's how good of a show this actually was. So very awesome, very cool, very interesting stuff to talk about. Fun show to recap. But before we get into all that, I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you are watching live on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can help us out by hitting that donate button down below, or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat to get your comment, question, or concern read live on the air. Also, remember on Twitch, you can subscribe to the channel one of 2 different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription, or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime, because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and you always get one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month. And I greatly appreciate it if you did right here for Wrestling Unlimited. Also, remember to go help us out over on YouTube. Help us out over there by hitting that follow button, or subscribe button, actually. That way you know when we post new videos. That way you know when we go live. And that way you know when we post to the community tab. Also, if you want to support us in another way, you can hit the join button and become a channel member. Even if you do so at just the $1 tier, we'd greatly, greatly appreciate it, whether that's here on YouTube or patreon.com/PW Unlimited. One of the cool things we are going to start doing for members, either whether that's here on YouTube or Patreon members, we're going to start doing like retro watch-alongs. Old matches or old pay-per-views, and we'll do watch-alongs with you guys live if you are a channel member or if you are a Patreon subscriber. We'll do the whole watch-along, then we'll do a quick, like, however long the match or show was. We'll determine how long the review is. You won't get the watch-along if you're not a member, but then maybe a week later, a couple days later, the review will come out. That's kind of a plan I've been working on to give members and Patreon subscribers some quality content worth what they're going to pay for at the $5 tier probably. And I got a few other ideas as well as far as content does go there, as far as like early access to certain things and series and videos I have been actually working on. And also remember, if you want to get your comment, question, or concern read live on the air, you can do so by donating a super chat in the live chat. Also remember to head over to the Epic Games Store. Head over to the Epic Games Store and buy something. Whether you're buying a new game, whether you're buying an old game, and you're claiming a free game or getting bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, or Fall Guys, use this code right here, PW Unlimited, at checkout, and you will be supporting us at no extra cost. Hey, the new season of Fortnite, not just a new season, a new chapter of Fortnite drops tomorrow. So when you're getting that battle pass, I'm going to ask you if you have a creator code. You do. It's PWU NLIMITED. Put it in at the bottom of your shop in Fortnite and use this code when you're getting that Chapter 6 Season 1 Battle Pass tomorrow. Battle Stars are gone, apparently. So that's great, because the Battle Stars thing were kind of annoying. But now it's just, you level up, you get something. Hopefully they go back to the old system. Also, we're getting 2 versions of Baymax. Can't wait for that. So go over, we're going to be streaming it tomorrow. Play some Fortnite, get your Battle Pass, and hang out. Also, remember, we are brought to you by Aura Frames and Spilt chocolate and milk. We'll hear about them a little bit later. Now, as far as this show does go, and let me refresh my notes here. Actually, we do have a big donation from Esports Gaming Rules. He says, enjoy parts of it, even with the buffering, now that the nation is talking about the brawls in the college football rivalries like Michigan and Ohio State. I haven't watched any of that. I saw some of the Texas A&M game. Haven't watched anything else college football-wise today. So I don't know if there was an actual fight or whatnot. Buffering, I had no buffering on Peacock. So if that's what you're talking about, might be your internet, bub. He says, I'm happy that Shinsuke Nakamura is the new United States champion so he can bring the title to Noah. Yes, that is cool. For his Noah, the New Year's 2025 match. Yep, he's working the New Year's Day show again. And he said, did you hear of the reports of CM Punk, quote, fight in the entrance ramp? I find it weird. Are you talking about when he went over and shook the bloodline cage? That's not a report. If that's all you're talking about, then that's not a report. If there's something more, I don't know about it. I haven't heard. But he literally walked out and tried to rile up the bloodline in their cage. That's all it was. You shook the bloodline cage, and like Solo and Jacob were like, "Oh, we'll get you." That's all it was. If that's all, if there's more Esports Gaming Rules, drop a link, because I haven't heard anything more. I mean, we can go look really fast. But I haven't heard anything else. CM Punk fight? I don't know. If you're talking about this Cultaholics tweet, I saw this earlier. That's not a real report. That's a fucking joke. Talking about the Cultaholics tweet. I'm pretty sure that's a joke. And they're literally the only ones to tweet report about CM Punk, and you know what, So I'm not seeing anything else other than that one Cultaholics tweet, which was a joke tweet. At least it comes off as a joke tweet. I'm pretty sure. Literally nobody else is tweeting about that. So, just saying. As far as this show does go, I didn't see any of the pre-show. So if there were any special interviews or special segments or whatnot, didn't see any of that. So as far as the show does go, it kicked off with the Women's War Games. Women all came out separately, except Raquel didn't get her own entrance. Everybody but Raquel got an entrance. But Raquel over here having to come out with Liv. So it's like, oh yeah, you're the sidekick. You're the sidekick. Ripley wore a cool demon mask as her little protective mask for a broken orbital bone, which is really cool. Bayley had war shaven into the side of her head, which is really cool. And the SmackDown heels wore matching white and black gear, while the Raw women wore matching black and white gear. Excuse me. Also, if you hear people screaming downstairs, the Texas game is on. They're watching the Texas game. Big diehard Texas Longhorn fans. So, yeah. So as far as this match does go, Bayley and Nia Jax would start things off. They were in there for the first 5 minutes. And stuff happened, but not a lot. Bayley got thrown into the cage at one point, hip attack, and then out came Naomi, the birthday girl. How are you not going to... There was a dude. So we go to the press conference after the show, right? And Naomi, Bianca, and Bayley are all wearing birthday hats, right? Okay, cool. And some guy goes, whose birthday is it? Did you not watch the show? Did you not see Naomi wearing a birthday hat down to the ring? Why else would she be wearing the hat? Granted, if you're there live, you're in the crowd, the press box, whatever, you're not going to hear the commentary to say, hey, it's Naomi's birthday. But she was the only one wearing the birthday hat. Start the match. Come on, guy. Pay attention. Anyways. Naomi comes down, grabs a kendo stick and a toilet seat. What the shit? Toilet seat. And they used it. Rhea broke it. Anyways. Naomi had also brought a toilet seat into the ring and placed it over Nia Jax's head at one point, and then gave her like a twerking, I guess you would call it, stink face. A twerk, 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 work, 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 work. So then Tiffany was about to come out next, Tiffany Stratton that is, when Candice LeRae just kind of went, yoink, nope, get back in there, Rook. Crowd booed this because they wanted Tiffy time. Tiffany Stratton. She's gonna, once she turns on Nia and cashes, I'm still dead set that she's cashing in on Nia. She's gonna get such a big babyface reaction. The babyfaces had the advantage, but made no difference because Nia fought off all of her opponents standing tall by the time Candice came down. They placed Bayley on top of two upright chairs, and LeRae gave her a Springboard Moonsault, Lion Salt, and kind of over-rotated it, barely kind of got her forearms on Bayley. Bianca then came out next, and she brought in a fire extinguisher and a table to the delight of the crowd because they wanted tables. The babyfaces finally did gain control as Stratton entered next. Stratton smashed Belair over the head with a trash can lid, a rare shot in WWE these days. Yet she did get her hands up to block most of it, but that was a loud trash can lid shot. Like it was ka-dong, like super loud. It was 3-on-3 at this point. The heels were easily in control thanks to Tiffany Stratton. Naomi targeted Jax and hit her with a light as possible chair shot. And then we had that kerfluffle in the corner where she went to go for the drop kick to drop kick the chair into Nia's face. Nia hadn't had the chair even close to her face, and yeah, all kinds of messed up. Io Sky would then come out next. She got a decent reaction from the crowd. She grabbed a purple and gold trash can and immediately strapped it on and climbed to the top. And Corey Graves was like, oh no, Cole, we know what's coming next. So, climbed up to the top of the cage. Sky placed the trash can on top of the cage, but Candice LeRae cut her off and brought her down. Sky then knocked her off the cage with a flying dropkick. Out next would come Raquel Rodriguez. Everyone waited around as she looked for something under the ring, but I didn't think she ever found anything because I don't see her throw anything in. Like she's looking and looking and looking, and I didn't even see her throw anything into the ring. So I don't know. She helped her team with the advantage, or gain the advantage, even though, again, The teams are even. But they kept doing hey, the heels are beating up these baby faces. The heels are beating up these baby faces. We can get a "We Want Mommy" chant as Jackson Rodriguez took a page out of AOP's book, the Super Collider, on Sky and Naomi. And then Bayley and Belair. Rhea comes out next with all of the baby faces laid out. She went after Rodriguez, but Stratton made the save. The heels had control, even though the baby faces had the numbers advantage. Naomi made the save for Rhea. With everybody down, it was time for the crowd to start chanting, "This is awesome." And they chanted, "This is awesome." Granted, we got some awesome stuff and some cool stuff. I don't know if we warranted a "This is awesome" chant yet. Everyone traded big moves and whatnot, including a toilet seat on Belair's braid being used as a weapon. Ripley used her face mask to headbutt Nia. Ripley then stood tall and awaited Liv Morgan. The countdown came. The cage door opened. And Liv walks to the back. She then comes back out with a baseball bat. Why did she put the baseball bat in the back when she walked out with it earlier? She literally walked out with the baseball bat. I don't know. I don't get it. Whatever. She comes down to the ring with the baseball bat. Stands in there. Looks right at Rhea. Rhea pulls off the face mask. Throws it down. And the War Games have begun. She attacks Morgan, but Nia saves her from a riptide. The heels held down Ripley, and Morgan wailed on her in the midsection with the bat. Just boom, boom, just shots to the gut. Everyone then traded big moves until Jax hit Bayley with a Samoan drop for a 2. Then we got the one cool spot of the match that kind of irked me a little bit. You got 2 or 3 women, or about 3 women standing in one ring, 3 women standing in another ring. No, 4 in each ring. This side, Tiffany goes to the top. This side, Io goes to the top. And then Tiffany's just got to stand there and wait for Io to get ready. Because then Io's got to grab the trash can, put it over her head. And all these women are just standing in the ring like this, all together ready to catch. They're just standing there. And then Io puts the trash can on, and Io positions herself, and Tiffany's still waiting. Io then jumps for the moonsault. Tiffany goes, "That's my cue." Swanton. I'm not a big fan of one person from one team and another person from another team are going to do a big move at the same time. We've seen this before. It's like, what? And then all these women are just standing like this in the ring, waiting. And it's not like Io took a exorbitant amount of time to get ready, but it was longer than you would have wanted to wait. Climb up there and put the trash can on her head and this and that and so forth and whatnot. And it's just like, you could have done a little better, quicker. I'm not a big fan of, you got one from one team, one from the other team, and they're going to do it at the same time. And it just comes off too scripted and planned out. It's not like they're all fighting, so Io sees her chance to climb up there and get ready where no one's going to stop her because, they're distracted with each other, and then she does the move. No. It was it's time. Let's all get in position. So, cool looking moves and spots, but it came off as too scripted of a spot. So, Stratton seemingly looked for a weapon and pulled out her Money in the Bank briefcase from a trash can to a big pop from the crowd. Liv is down. Nia's down. She got the briefcase in hand, and she's like, "What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?" The referee's asking her if she wants to cash in, and then Raquel walks up and goes, "What the hell are you doing? Are you really gonna right now?" And then Io comes over with the fire extinguisher and just fire extinguishes the air, distracts everybody. Briefcase gets lost, dropped, and we go on with our stuff. So Raquel then backs up into the corner, and Rhea's there in between the ring, and hits her with the handcuffs, and handcuffs her to the top rope. Raquel basically kind of disposed for the rest of this match. So former Damage Control teammates Bayley and Io Sky, I don't want to say they argued here, but they looked like they weren't fully on the same page at one point, and they were like looking at each other like, can I trust you? Can I trust you? And so Nia came and just mowed them both down. Belair and Naomi then drove Jax through a table with a double powerbomb off the middle rope. Morgan then broke up the cover with the baseball bat shot on Naomi. Morgan gave Bayley an oblivion with a chair, but Ripley broke up the pin. Ripley then set up Morgan for a riptide, but Rodriguez was still able to break it up because she was barely able to reach. Morgan then hit Ripley with a chair-assisted codebreaker. Morgan and Ripley then found themselves battling on the top rope, where Ripley would eventually hit an avalanche riptide through a table and pin Liv Morgan to win for the babyface team. There we go. Babyface to celebrate. They do the thing. It just feels like this is always what the women do. They climb to the top of the cage and they all sit up at the top. Yeah, woo, ha ha. Saw it last year, saw the year before that. It just seems like that's the spot you got to do. If you're the women who just won, you got to celebrate at the top of the cage. Oh, we have a super chat here from Cuddy Flam. He says, it's clear how Triple H feel about Liv and Nia as champs. What, that he likes them as champions? Because it seems like he does. If you're saying, oh, they got beat tonight, he doesn't like them as champions, that's not it. The finish of this match was simply to build up Rhea getting another shot at Liv for the Women's World Championship. It was nothing else. It was nothing of, oh, he's not a fan of them as champions. Oh, he doesn't like them with the titles. No. It was a, hey, Rhea's going to pin Liv, so then she can say, oh, Liv, I beat you again. I'm challenging you for the title. That's exactly what the finish of this match was. And it's like, if you think that's not, and you think Triple H doesn't like them as champions, then why would he book them as champions in the first place if he didn't want them to be champions? I don't know if I'm overthinking your comment here, Cuddy. To me, it's coming off as you saying he doesn't want them to be the champions. He doesn't like them as the champions. And that could be farther from the truth. I've heard nothing but praise for Nia Jax as the champion. Nothing but praise for Liv Morgan as the champion. Will the title ever get back to Liv? Of course it will. Or Rhea? Of course it will. Nia's not going to hold that title forever. Liv's not going to hold that title forever. But it's like, and again, I hope I'm not overthinking your comment here, but they're both really well respected, regarded, and liked as champions. Let me turn my fan on. It's getting a little warm in this room. But I do want to say thank you for your super chat. We do have a couple more bit donations on Twitch from Esports Gaming Rules. First one says, Noah, the New Year 2025 is the Abima pay-per-view for Japan. Hopefully Abima can bring it internationally, just like the AJ Styles Noah match. So all I'm going to tell you is, you'll be fine. If you know what you're doing, you'll be able to find this pay-per-view probably free of charge. That's all I'm going to say. And then he also says, you think The Rock is really going after Cody, or is Triple H just going to put too many teases on the road to WrestleMania 41 in Vegas? Well, I mean, we saw Rock at Bad Blood, and I don't know what that was for. He kind of teased like a triple threat, him, Roman, Cody. I don't know. Everyone kept saying, oh, Rock's going to show up at Survivor Series. Rock's going to be there tonight. And I was like, no. The smart move is you keep The Rock off until the Raw Netflix if he's doing anything. If anything, you keep him off to the Raw Netflix. Or maybe Saturday night's main event, because that's on broadcast television, and that's probably going to do a pretty good number. But Rock showing up tonight, I never thought was a thing. I mean, I think when someone asked me the other day, I gave it like a 10% chance because I couldn't say it's a no for sure. Hard no will never happen. But it's like, I don't think it will, but I'll never say 0% chance for anything. We do know that he's finished filming Moana, the live action one. So I don't know what he's got next. But as of right now, Rock seems a little free with his time. But really, really, really good match. I enjoyed it. I thought all 10 women here killed it. They then announced the attendance. It was a complete sellout, 17,828. The largest WWE arena gate ever in Canadian history. Oh, forgot to also mention, to open up the show, the American and Canadian national anthems. After this, they also plugged that the Elimination Chamber will be there next time in Canada when they come to Toronto and Rogers Centre, the former Sky Dome, with Elimination Chamber. And you remember, guys, if you want to get your comment, questions, or concern read live on the air, you can do so just like Esports Gaming Rules on Twitch with Twitch Bits, or Cuddy Flam on YouTube with a super chat. So then they put the little noise meter on the screen for the Nakamura LA Knight entrances. And when that LA Knight entrance didn't get over like 83, they quickly pulled it. Like, oh yeah, no, he ain't getting that 100 like we thought. Because it's like, LA Knight still gets good reactions. He's not getting the huge reactions he was at one point. I don't think he was getting those huge, or I don't think he is anymore getting those huge reactions. If he was getting here about a year ago, I think it's not a lot down, but it's maybe here. It's down a good 15%, maybe 20 max, as far as the reaction for LA Knight. Like, they still love to, yeah, but as far as soon as his music hits and the huge, wow, just Cody-like pop, I don't think he's getting that anymore during the entrance. But he still is getting the, when the announcer says the L.A. Knight, and the crowd, yeah, and then he does the L.A. and the, you know, what do you want to talk, yeah, you know. They do the yeah pretty big still. But he's not getting the, as they would say in Good Burger, mondo pop for his music hitting as he was about a year ago. So, I forgot to say, the Women's War Games match went, where's the time on it? 38-11. According to Fightful, the match was at, so I'm going to pull this up really fast. I'm going to pull up two different things really fast. Fightful had what the matches were planned. Injury update. Okay, we're going to read this from Fightful really fast. They have an injury update. Fightful goes right, quote, well, one talent has come out unscathed after a scare. Another has come out worse for wear. The men's War Games match was a brutal affair with multiple big spots, including 2 dives from the top of the structure from Jimmy and Bronson Reed. However, an injury scare came earlier as Jacob Fatu landed awkwardly on a moonsault and began favoring his knee. Fightful's Corey Brendan confirmed that while Fatu was not planned to heavily sell the leg, he was not hurt following the awkward landing and made the decision to heavily sell the leg following the spot. Okay, cool. He did such a good job there that I thought he was really hurt. The way Bronson kept going over to check on him, the way he curled up under the turnbuckle, awesome. However, speaking of Bronson, however, Big Bronson Reed appears not to have been so lucky. Brendan was also told that while Reed's tsunami from the top of the cage was always supposed to take him out of the match, we were told that Bronson suffered an injury to one of, and possibly both, of his ankles on landing. Reed also required assistance to get to the back following the match. Jey Uso revealed during the post-show press conference that Jimmy also broke his toe off of his splash. When we asked about other injuries on the show, including CM Punk, we were told everyone else came out of the show okay. Okay, so that was the thing. When Sammy and Jay were helping Jimmy up the ramp, I'm like, Jimmy walked on a little weird, like he might be hurt. And he was. Broke his toe. Bronson Reed may have messed up both ankles. That's unfortunate. Oh, no. Please not be that serious for Bronson Reed. He is doing the best he's ever done in WWE, getting the best push he's ever had in WWE. We've been waiting for this. Triple H teed this up perfectly, making Bronson Reed this oh man, this hurts. This hurts to hear. It really does. But what I was looking for, here we go. We're going to do that. We're going to go to Wikipedia for the Survivor Series. Wikipedia's usually got pretty good of the match times. So, the women's match went 38 minutes and 15 seconds. According to Fightful, it was originally planned to go 45 minutes. As far as the U.S. title match, that match was given 15 minutes, and it went 9:45. Now, I don't know if it's 9:45 bell to bell and 15 with entrances. That's what it could be. It could be 45 with entrances, and it went 38. So it could be that. But as far as the U.S. title matches go, I was a little shocked that Nakamura won. A little bit. But I had the advantage early on in the first 3 or 4 minutes until Nakamura hit a back elbow. Knight came back with a safer version of the burning hammer. Knight then tried a leaping superplex, but Nakamura saw it coming and pushed him off. Well, actually, no, this was later. Nakamura saw him coming, grabbed him, and hit him with an avalanche reverse exploder. Got a 2 off of it. Knight avoided a Kinshasa at one point and hit a flying elbow drop. Instead of going for the cover, though, tried to set it for the BFT, and Nakamura rolled in between the 2 rings. The 2 start fighting in the middle. They're trading counters and moves until eventually Nakamura hit him with a reverse DDT on the metal plate. Nakamura then followed this up with a Kinshasa for the pinfall victory. That makes Nakamura a 3-time United States champion. And I'm just going to say it, and you might call me dumb. Michael Cole says, this makes Shinsuke Nakamura a 3-time U.S. champion. And I go, he what? I remember him multi-time IC champion. I honestly couldn't tell you when Nakamura held this U.S. title before. Let me see something really fast. Shinsuke Nakamura. When did Shinsuke win his U.S. titles in the past? Because I don't remember. Whoops. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. United States. Let's see. He won the U.S. titles. Okay, let's go here. List of U.S. champions. Who did he beat? When did he win the title? I honestly can't remember. So let's go. Nakamura. He beat Jeff Hardy at Extreme Rules 2018. Okay. And then he won it again in January at the Royal Rumble on the kickoff show from Rusev, who beat him for the title. Don't remember either of those matches. I'm going to say it, and it's unfortunate, but I don't remember either of those matches. Interestingly, I don't remember him losing the U.S. title to Rusev, but I was at that show. December 18th, 2018, Fresno, California. I was at that SmackDown. Don't remember Rusev versus Nakamura for the U.S. title. Sorry. Don't remember it. Because if I'm remembering correctly, hold on. Give me 1 second. December 5, 2018, SmackDown. I'm pretty sure I was at this show. Yeah, it was the Christmas show. This is the one where they had the Vince AJ backstage thing, where AJ attacked Mr. McMahon. Yeah, no, I was at this show. Pretty sure I was at 2 SmackDowns that year, actually. Yep. No, I remember that show. Don't remember that match, though. Literally. Don't remember. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Wikipedia may be wrong. Because WWE's website does not have that match listed. Oh, no, it does. Never mind. Rusev defeated Nakamura to win the U.S. title. Yeah, I don't remember that match at all. I remember the Vince AJ stuff. I remember Samoa Joe and Jeff Hardy, and then Miz TV with Shane McMahon. But I don't remember the U.S. title match. I don't remember any of the times when Nakamura was U.S. champion. IC champion. Oh, heck yeah. I remember him as IC champion when he was doing that stuff with Sammy and Cesaro. So, again, guys, if you got questions you want them answered, donate a super chat, please. So, yeah, new U.S. champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. Then there was a sponsored video with Maxine Dupree for some T-shirts. I forget what the T-shirts were, the T-shirt brand was. But basically, it's like Otis had himself locked into a room. Giselle was trying to get him out, and Maxine was like, you know what? It'll make him feel better. Give him one of these shirts. They're tight-fitting. They accentuate your muscles. And so they gave him the shirt. He put it on, and he steps out. He's like, oh yeah, feeling good. Oh yeah. And then the camera cuts out and he's got no pants on. And his heavy machinery is just dangling. His moon is cracking behind him. And he just walks down the hallway. They blurred it out, of course. But yeah. They did a spot where apparently Otis was buck-ass naked in a room and wouldn't come out till they gave him this special shirt. He walks out with his cocking ass out and goes, oh yeah, feels good, uh-huh. And they're like, oh, Otis, you look great. And then reveal that he's naked from the waist down and he just walks down the hallway. What the shit was this? What the hell? Okay. Ryan Woodridge with a super chat. He says, hi, bro. What's the latest on Randy Orton's injury report? Well, Randy Orton's not actually injured. It's all a storyline to put over Kevin Owens being just dastardly and super heelish and like just crazy. Basically, they did the pile driver to Randy Orton to show that Kevin Owens will do anything to get what he wants and to get the revenge that he's seeking. Even if that's a pile driver to Randy Orton, who he is close to and knows has had neck issues. So that's all it is. Randy's not actually injured. It's all storyline, and we'll see when he returns. Maybe they keep him out till January, February 1st, the Royal Rumble, but it's nothing. He's not out. It's not a serious thing. He's not really injured, and yeah. It's really all just to get over Kevin Owens being that just lunatic, crazy prize fighter. I couldn't get the word out. Prize fighter that will do anything to get what he wants. To anybody, no matter who they are. Esports Gaming Rules with a super chat says, Damian Priest did a parking lot brawl angle. Really? Okay, let's look that up really fast. They didn't show that on the post show. Damian Priest. Let's see. Is it on the WWE Twitter? Because I'm not seeing it here when I just typed in Damian Priest. Oh, here we go. I see it now. So yeah, this was not on the post show. This was strictly for social media, which kind of sucks. But let's watch it here. So it looks like Jackie Redmond is trying to get a word with Finn Balor as they're walking from inside the arena into the parking garage. Damian then jumps him from behind. JD and Carlito are there. He tries to fight them off, but they triple team him. They've got Damian on the ground. JD was holding him down while Carlito and Finn were kicking him. Finn's now got a chair. They got him standing up. Slammed his head on a crate. Kick him a couple more times. Finn smacks him over the back with a chair. Adam Pearce is there, yelling at everybody to get away. I don't have audio, so I don't hear anything. And I think he's calling for help while yelling at them to get away. So I think it was a chair shot to the what he was selling in the match's messed up shoulder. Interesting. Give me 2 seconds to shut these people up downstairs if you guys can hear them. Sorry about that. But that's an interesting one. I don't know if it's going to be like an injury to Priest to keep him out, or if it's just to build more him and Finn. Moving forward, we had a triple threat match. Well, actually, they showed some UFC fighter, Bilal Muhammad. I've heard the name, but I couldn't tell you if I've watched any of his fights. So, where was I? They had a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. It was Braun Breaker defending against Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. Match went 14 and a half minutes. It was given, according to Fightful, 18 minutes. So I believe their time given thing most likely probably was with entrances. Usually when WWE times out matches, it is your time with entrances. So you've got 18 minutes with entrances. And then most time when people are timing matches for like Wikipedia and whatnot in their notes, it's bell rings, you start the timer, bell rings again to end the match, you end the timer. So Kaiser attacks Sheamus outside the ring until Braun hit him with an incredible leaping shoulder tackle. This looked great. Braun took control over Sheamus in the ring and took time to do some push-ups. Sheamus and Kaiser then wound up fighting outside until Braun wiped them both out with the leaping clothesline over the announce table. Sheamus was then dumped into the crowd, but wound up hitting 10 beats of the Baldwin on both guys over the barricade. Kaiser then grabbed Sheamus' shillelagh, and Sheamus took it away and knocked him over the barricade with it. Braun invited Old Man Sheamus, as he called him, back into the ring, and Sheamus hit him with a Celtic Cross for a near fall. Braun then came back with the Frankensteiner. He went for a spear, but Sheamus dodged it, and Braun crashed into a chair that was wedged in between the ropes. Sheamus then followed this up with a brogue kick and had it won, but Kaiser yanked the referee out of the ring as he was about to count the 3. Sam was coming down for it. Crowd booed big time. They wanted to see Sheamus win. So Kaiser then hammered away at Sheamus with a shillelagh. Remember, triple threat means no DQ in WWE. Mostly everywhere, it means no DQ. Kaiser was proud of himself and held up the shillelagh like a trophy at one point until Sheamus nailed a knee strike for a near fall. The crowd then chanted, "This is awesome." I don't know if I would have called that "this is awesome," but to each their own. Kaiser then hit Sheamus with a Finley Kaiser roll and then a DDT. But then Braun killed him with a spear. Braun then came back in and nailed Sheamus hard with a spear. Pinned him 1, 2, 3. Picked up the victory. So there we go. Braun Breaker and still WWE Intercontinental Champion. But if you guys have not seen it, you need to see Sheamus' back. Sheamus got messed up. Messed up. Let me find the photo real fast. Here we go. Pull this up on the screen. So Sheamus posted this photo after the match. Oop, wrong. There we go. That'll work. His back and arm all tore up. There. You just see it all, even a little bit on this front. I don't know if those were the shillelagh shots or what, but he got messed up. Hey, more power to you, buddy. I say thank you for giving us updates on WWE. I wonder if they are going to have more roster cuts soon. Don't know. Those always come so randomly. Do not know. Like when they did the last 3, the Indy Hartwell, Tegan Knox, and Baron Corbin, no one saw those coming. They were just random out of nowheres. So then we move forward. And they did try to kill some time for some reason, because with the first 3 matches, it felt like match was over, boom, next match. And I'm like, oh, okay. We're getting good pacing here. And then they I don't know if it was just this video package was a little long or what, but between that match for the IC title and the world title match felt a little longer than between the others. But this match was given, let's see what Fightful's got, 20 minutes for the world title match, and they went 19. Well, actually, I don't know if that is with, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know if that means with entrances or not. I don't know. As far as this world title match does go, it was a very interesting, hard-hitting, good storytelling match. I will say that. This match did tell a good story. Damian Priest did a shoulder tackle early on. Apparently injured his shoulder. Well, injured it, but hurt it, so the ref's checking on him. And you can see, like, the ref's asking him, are you okay? And he's like, yeah. He's like, do you want to stop? He's like, no, let's go. And so the match is, he's getting the better of Gunther at times, but then Gunther just goes straight to the shoulder and boom, Damien's down. Gunther notices this, smiles, and jumps. They keep wrestling, and Priest hit a slam. He started then selling the arm again. Ref checks on him. He said, I'm good. Gunther then took advantage and booted the shoulder. Gunther targeted Priest's shoulder from here on out until Priest eventually hit an enziguri to kind of reset things. Crowd was quiet for a good portion of this match early on, and eventually did wake up a little bit when Priest fired up with a comeback. He hit a flatliner and got a 2 off of it. Priest tried a razor's edge, but couldn't do it because of his shoulder. Priest instead applied a triangle choke, and Gunther escaped and applied a sleeper before a powerbomb for a 2. Priest at one point hit a Hurricane Rana off the top and eventually a razor's edge for a 2. Priest failed twice to hit a choke slam thanks to the injured shoulder, and Gunther responded with a Kimura trying to wrench back the shoulder and the arm. But Priest got a rope break to break it all up. I also want to say, when Gunther did the second Kimura, and I could have been wrong, did they make a Brock Lesnar reference? I want to say Graves may have mentioned Brock when he did the Kimura the second time. Anyways, Gunther played to the crowd. They repeatedly clotheslined Priest. Priest came back with a lariat for a 2. Battle on the top rope for a little bit until Priest shoved Gunther into the ring, but Priest fell to the outside as a result. And then for some reason, you can hear a couple of fans, you fucked up. And no, he didn't. I think that was the plan. He shoved off Gunther, but in doing so, the momentum of him shoving Gunther pushed himself back as well. So, I don't think he effed up. The way you see him fall back seemed like it was a planned spot. Anyways, the ref checks on Priest. Priest told him, give me a second. Ref checked on Gunther. So Priest is now laying on the outside. Again, this is why I think it was a planned spot for him to fall to the outside. Because then Finn shows up. Finn jumps up on the ring steps, coup de grace, right onto Balor, or right onto Priest on the outside. Referee sees Balor. Not sure if he didn't see Balor do anything, so he's like, hey, what are you doing out here? Can't be like, that's a DQ, this and that. So he can't do anything about it because he didn't see. And so Gunther gets out of the ring. He's like, oh, the fuck are you doing here? And he boots Balor and gives Priest a powerbomb. Gunther applies a sleeper in the middle of the ring, and Priest eventually passes out with Gunther retaining the title. So the story they're still telling is that Gunther can't beat Damian Priest on his own. Gunther needs some sort of assistance to beat Damian Priest. So I don't know where this is going. I don't know what that's actually leading to, but that is what they're telling you here. That is the story they're telling us, is that, yes, Gunther has beat Priest twice, but never without outside interference, mainly from Finn Balor. We'll see. We'll see where it does lead into, whether that is Finn versus Damian, a triple threat with the world title on the line. I think more than likely Finn versus Damian, and Damian gets the big win in New York, Long Island, New York. Saturday night's main event, Nassau, Veterans Memorial Coliseum. So, I thought the match was really good. I wouldn't call it great or anything. As far as all the matches we got tonight, if I have to rank, I'd say it's at the bottom. But that's not saying that it was a bad match. Not saying it wasn't good. It was still really good. Before we get into our main event, before we talk about the men's War Games match, the Bloodline and Bronson Reed against the OG Bloodline and Bronson Reed, we gotta hear from our sponsors, Aura Frames and Spilt Chocolate Milk. An Aura digital picture frame is the perfect gift to share legendary photos of your traditions with people you love. You can preload the years and years of memories to make the perfect gift. This is not the digital picture frame you remember from the early 2000s. There's no USB or SD card and no hassle. Celebrate and commemorate all your best holiday memories. And we mean all of them, because Aura Frame has unlimited storage. One of the many reasons it's the best digital picture frame, according to Wirecutter, The Strategist, and Wired. Save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $45 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames by using promo code PWU at checkout. That's AURAFrames.com, promo code PWU, or our link in the description below. The deal is exclusive to our listeners and viewers, so get yours now in time for the holidays. Terms and conditions apply. Are you looking to power up your day with a delicious, nutritious boost? Look no further than Spilt Chocolate Milk. Spilt Chocolate Milk isn't just any chocolate milk. It's packed with high-quality protein and essential nutrients to keep you fueled and ready for anything. Whether you're gearing up for a workout, needing a midday pick-me-up, or just craving a tasty treat, Spilt has you covered. Crafted with real, rich chocolate and the finest ingredients, Spilt Chocolate Milk delivers a creamy, indulgent taste that will leave you wanting more. Plus, it's low in sugar, making it the perfect guilt-free indulgence. So why wait? Grab a can of Spilt Chocolate Milk today and experience the perfect blend of flavor and nutrition. Use our link in the description below or the pinned comment to pick yours up through Amazon right now. As far as the main event does go, all the Bloodline came out together. Even Bronson Reed with the Bloodline. Solo, the Tongans, and Jacob. The OG Bloodline all got separate entrances. They all also wore red and black, which I believe the regular Bloodline and Reed all wore black, if I'm remembering correctly. So, commentary tried to make a deal out of this, saying, hey, they're all coming together. They're a group. They're in unison. Are these guys not coming out together because they're not as tight? And so everybody comes out, CM Punk, Roman Reigns. They get locked in the cage, and we learn Tama Tonga, who, this crazy SOB, Tama Tonga gets into the cage, and he scales the cage and just starts spider monkeying around the top of the cage. And then Jey Uso gets the big entrance from the concourse down through the crowd. Woo, so, whoa, whoa. And he gets in. Jey and Tama Tonga start things off. Match itself went 41 minutes. Fightful says it was given 45. So Tama Tonga got the heat on Jey early and went for a cover. But of course, you can't go for a pin before everyone's in the match. So this is a good time when the crowd can chant, you fucked up, you fucked up. Jey fought back just in time for Bronson Reed to come out. Reed, who has killed people with his finishing move, decided to grab a bunch of chairs and toss them into the ring. Jey then chucked the chairs at Reed, and Reed ran him over with a body block. The heels then worked over Jey as the crowd turned lightly from chanting for Sami Zayn and CM Punk. Jimmy then enters next and wiped out both heels with his own before helping Jey to his feet. The Usos then worked very well together to take control. Tangaloa was about to enter when all of a sudden Solo said, no, Jacob, you go. And out came the monster. Jacob Fatu. Jey gave him a Samoan drop, but Fatu popped right up and knocked him down. The heels took over. And we got it. We got the line. And I don't know why they don't have a shirt that says this yet. But Jacob Fatu did I love you, Solo! They need to make an I love you, Solo shirt. I love you, Solo was trending. I think we're going to make an I love you, Solo shirt. Just saying. I'm gonna workshop this tonight. I think I might make an I love you, Solo shirt. So, where was I? So they're all fighting in the ring. When up next is the OG Bloodline. Punk's ready to come out. Like they're waiting. Like 5, 4. The ref's ready to open the cage. 3, 2. Punk's antsy. Roman's just standing there. Sammy's just standing there like, all right, he wants to go, let him go. And as Punk takes a step, Roman grabs the cage, blocks CM Punk, looks at Sammy and's like, go. And Sammy's like, oh, okay, we're doing this. So he stops Punk from going and sends Sammy. So Sammy enters, and Punk just stares a hole right through Roman. Crowd starts chanting Olay for Sami Zayn, who runs wild on all the heels. Fatu at one point, though, caught him out of the air, and Jimmy super kicked Jacob. Zayn and Jimmy then did their special handshake, the boom, 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 boom thing. Before putting the boots to Fatu, the heels then took over anyways, as they often do, and Tanga Loa entered next. He didn't really get much of a reaction until he grabbed a table and threw it in the ring, and Jacob said, "Give me another one." And Corey goes, "What does Jacob Fatu need with not just one, but 2 tables?" So they're all in the ring. The heels are taking over. The heels are in control. And they're just beating everybody down. Clock then runs down. Reigns was about to enter next. As he goes to walk out of the cage, and CM Punk goes, "Excuse me," ducks under his arm and beelines out. And Roman's pissed. So I forgot to mention there's one spot where so everyone's fighting in the ring. Because after Tanga Loa already came out. And they cut over really quickly. Like, I don't know how they got this shot. I don't know if it was like planned of, hey, cut in 3, 2, 1, do the thing. But they cut, and like the cage is here, and they're shooting it in from the side. So Punk is here. Roman is here next to him, kind of facing a little off axis, like this. And you see Roman look at Punk, and they get this for like 2 seconds. He just looks at Punk and goes, "Wait." And then it cuts back to the ring. Like, literally cuts. Roman goes, "Wait." And then it cuts back. So I don't know if he's telling Punk, "Wait, I'm going next. Wait your turn." We don't know. But Roman goes to come out next. Punk says, "Excuse me." Yoink, ducks under his arm and bolts out. So Punk looks under the ring as he walks down, teases grabbing something, and then finds a toolbox, which looks like the one that he busted Drew McIntyre open with. He gets in the ring and he uses it like a weapon on the heels. Punk took out everybody and gave Fatu a bulldog onto the toolbox. But Fatu, of course, just bopped right back up and knocks him down. Solo enters next as all the new bloodline are in control and in the ring. Fatu gave the Usos, who were stacked up, a moonsault, and Reed gave Zayn a tsunami. Punk tried to fight back, but was swarmed by the heels. Sikoa then brought his own chair and locked the door. Own chain and locked the door. Basically, not wanting Roman to get in. About 15, 20 seconds later, the clock counts down. Roman coming. Roman, doesn't run down, but he takes his time, kind of ish. He gets down there at a good pace. He shakes the door and he's like, "Oh, it is really locked. Okay, what do I do?" And he's looking around. He shakes the side of the cage. He's like, "It's sturdy enough. I'm going to climb up this sumbitch." So he climbs up the cage, gets on the top. He's met up there with a couple guys, but he fights them all off. He gets down. He's on the top rope. He shimmies over to the turnbuckle, and then Roman frickin' Reigns does a goddamn flying crossbody off the top to the pile of people below. You heard me right. Roman Reigns wiped out all the heels with a flying crossbody off the top rope. Him and Punk kind of look at each other like they're not really happy, and out comes Paul Heyman, and he's just like, hey, what did I tell you? You guys need to work together. He's like, you guys need to get along just for the match because this is War Games. And he screams it and everything, and then Alicia Taylor goes, War Games has officially begun. Now the match can end. Now we can get going. Two teams stood tall in each ring, looking at each other, ready to brawl, and then they, boom, meet in the middle. Have some stalling and light fighting, I guess you would say. There's a spot where Reigns went for a spear on Sikoa, but he moved, and Reigns speared Punk instead by accident, as Punk was setting a Fatu up for a GTS. I don't think it was timed perfectly, but it worked. Sikoa then gave Reigns a small spike and got a near fall off of it. Fatu then went for a step-up moonsault. Kind of didn't get all of it. Kind of fell to the... He was supposed to land on Punk and land into the side of Punk, and this is where we saw him start selling the leg really bad, and I go, oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. But apparently, according to the Fightful report, when he realized he didn't hit it perfectly, his brain went to, oh, I didn't hit it perfectly. It didn't look great. Let me sell it to make it even better. Because when he sold it to me, and I think even Bronson Reed, I might be hurt. I was about to send out a tweet that said, why is Jacob curled up in the corner under the turnbuckle? Is he hurt? And then he got back up, so he was fine. So Reed then places Roman Reigns on a table, climbs all the way to the tippy top of the cage, looks around for a second, gets those little arms going, and he jumps off. But CM Punk grabs Roman off the table at the last possible second. Bronson Reed goes crashing through. Thing breaks into 3 pieces. 2 of the pieces just... Crowd pops big. Crowd starts chanting for CM Punk. Reigns held Punk to his feet. The crowd popped again, but then Jacob attacks them both. Skull then gave Reigns a spike. The Usos super kicked him. The Usos gave Fatu a 1D. Jay then speared Tonga Loa. Zayn gave Tonga a blue thunder bomb, and Jimmy splashed Fatu through a table off the top of the War Game cell. Cage, whatever you want to call it. Zayn then helped up Jimmy. He helped up Jay and Punk all to their feet. While Uso helped Reigns to his feet. The New Bloodline were all down, except for Solo in the far ring. The babyfaces all surround Solo and give him their big moves. But the interesting thing here, and I thought this was going to lead to something, and it didn't. They're all looking straight at Solo. Like, they're all looking straight at Solo. Pretend like I'm looking in the camera at Solo. But Punk is over here, and instead of looking at Solo, he doesn't take his eyes off of Roman for a second. Each Uso gives Solo a super kick. Sammy gives him a haluva kick. Punk then picks him up for the GTS, still not taking his eyes off of Roman, who's now standing in the corner. Gives the GTS, kind of backs away. Solo bumps, pops back up, turns around, boom, spear from Roman, pin 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns pins Solo Sikoa, and the baby faces win War Games. Now the thing here, though, is then we get this post-match that takes forever. Forever. Hey, Big Boss, no, I did not say The Rock was going to show up. I never said The Rock was going to show up. And I fantasy booked, you dumb son of a bitch, that Seth Rollins could maybe try and take out Bronson Reed. So, I didn't lie. You want to get banned from the chat? Do it again. Because I didn't lie. Never said Rock was showing up. Never once. Said, did I say, 10% chance? Maybe. When I was asked that? Yes. I will never say 0% chance. Unless I know for a fact. And we never do. Because we've seen plenty of times people filming movies and still be able to show up. Ronda Rousey was filming a movie when she showed up in WWE at that Royal Rumble 2018. They literally said, if you leave in the morning and get back by night, you could do it. So, yeah, I'll never say 0%, but I never said, oh, Rock's showing up. And I fantasy booked, you stupid son of a bitch, Seth Rollins. I said, hey, it would be interesting if Seth shows up and attacks Bronson Reed before he can enter the cage. But I never said, oh, it's gonna happen. It's for sure. I'm reporting this. No. Again, I fantasy booked the Seth thing. Rock, I never said. I never said Rock's showing up. I think I once said, when I was asked, do you think The Rock could show up at Survivor Series? I said, I mean, anything's possible, maybe, but I wouldn't have given it more than a 10% chance. So yeah, you want to call me out for lying again? How about you stop making stuff up saying that I said it? Or you learn the difference between fantasy booking and reporting, which I usually don't report. I'm not a journalist. I react to the news and the shows that we watch. So again, don't be a dumb SOB. Or as Pat McAfee likes to say, big son of a bitch. So this goes on for a little while as far as the post-match. Everyone gets helped up and they're hugging and shaking hands, and eventually Punk and Roman shake hands after Punk embraces everybody else. They all leave the cage, and one by one they walk down the steps and they're met by Paul Heyman. Paul gives Punk a longer hug than everybody else, though. Punk hugs Heyman, told him that when he's owed a favor, he's coming for it. What the favor is, we still don't know. And Heyman goes, you got it. It's yours. If I heard him correctly, I heard him say something like that. Reigns then put his hand right on Paul's face. He's like, "You've done good. You've done good." They quickly all move to the top of the ramp by where the cages are, the shark cages. They're helping Jimmy up there because apparently he's got a broken toe. And then Punk walks to the back, literally, leaves. They all pose, and then Punk comes back out. And then it was weird. They all stand here, do the one, raise the finger, and then Punk kind of squeezes his way in next to Roman and whoever was next to him, and does the go to sleep pose. So, yeah. We'll see where it all leads to. But the way this was taking so long to get to the show is over, I'm like, all right, what's going to happen? Something's got to happen. It's got to right? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. And nothing. But with that is everything that I thought pertaining to Survivor Series. Now I'm going to see what you guys thought. Let's get the poll up here on Twitch. What did you think of Survivor Series? I liked it. It was all right. I didn't like it. Well, that poll is live on Twitch if you want to go vote there. Let's go refresh the other polls. We got that one. We've got that one. And the Facebook poll. So as far as the Facebook broadcast channel poll, I liked it as winning. It was all right. Second place, nobody voted that they disliked it. As far as the Threads poll does go, 67% liked the show, 33% thought it was just all right. Looking at the Twitter X poll, 60% liked the show, 39% thought it was just all right. I didn't do a community poll. Oh, I know why. Okay, yeah. I got distracted for a second. Didn't do a community poll, but we did do a live poll. 82% liked the show, 13% thought it was just all right, and 5% didn't like it. Looking over at everybody that voted so far on Twitch, 67% liked the show, 33% thought it was just all right. But with that, guys, overall, I liked the show. Thought it was fun, thought it was easy to watch, and I thought we got a lot of good wrestling. So with that, guys, that is going to wrap everything up. I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember to check out our sponsors, Aura Frames and Split Chocolate Milk. You can find their links in the description or the pinned comment of this video. And yeah, we'll be back live tomorrow doing some of that new Fortnite season. We're going to play some of that, stream some of that. And then we'll be back live Monday evening for Monday Night Raw. With that, have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys.